everyone, my name's Ebony and welcome to my channel. Today is a stitch with me, and as you can see we are working on I See You in My Dreams. So let me just zoom out and show you what we're working with. So as you might remember, last time we seen this piece I was trying to get her face in, which I've done, and now I'm just trying to fill in these gaps around her face. So yes, I'm really excited to be back to this piece. It feels like it's been a while. So yes, let me just get positioned correctly and we'll get into the video. Right, so we should be ready to start, hopefully. I'm hoping that my screen recording of Pattern Keeper goes smoothly today. I've downloaded a new app, so we'll see how that goes. Let me just select a colour. I was working down at the bottom, but it's easier to stay in the frame here. So that's what I'm going to do. And get my first colour, which is 3803, which is a lovely purple. Deep purple. Well, not that deep, actually. So I've got my coffee, I've got my stitching, I'm chatting to you guys. Perfect. So it's Monday today. It is maybe about 11 a.m. and I've already been stitching on this piece, but I just thought, you know what, let's do a bit of filming. So that's what I've been doing this morning, is stitching on this piece. I've got 254 stitches in it so far today. So this one has quite a big goal of I think it's 2,700. So I want to try and make a dent in that as big as possible today. This weekend has been a really good stitchy weekend. I've been off work Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and now Monday. I'm back in work tomorrow. So if you are interested in golf, or your husband or partner is interested in golf, then you might know that it's been the Ryder Cup this weekend, which is USA versus Europe, and we have been watching that all weekend. It's been so good. Europe won, which yay. Yeah, we've just had a really chilled weekend, me and my husband, watching the golf. Literally 3 days, just back-to-back golf all day. Plenty of stitching, plenty of treats and coffee and tea and just relaxing, which has been nice. So yeah, I've got quite a bit of stitching done during that. And now my husband's back in work, my son is in school, so I've got a bit more stitchy time and then back to normal. I do get plenty of stitchy time though, so I can't complain. Yeah, so I think this is the first chance I've actually had to speak to you since my holiday. I've had live stream, but the topic varies on a live stream and what comes up and what everyone talks about. It's not like a set topic. Saying that, I don't have a set topic when I do a stitch with me. I just chat away. But I've not really had a chance to speak to you about my holiday or anything. So there's not too much to go into. We had a great time. There was plenty to do. I did a lot of fitness classes while I was there, so I did come back a little bit more tired than usual. Oh, but it was so nice to get away. My son loved it. Yeah, we met so many nice people. We met an Irish family that were lovely. They had like 6 kids, and they were so well behaved, like the most well-mannered kids you'll like ever come across. And they were teenagers, which sometimes teenagers are not the most well-mannered. So that was nice. We only met them on the last couple of days, though. I'm not the most social person, let's say. My husband is. My husband chats to anybody. But no, we had a fantastic time. The weather was lovely. But now that we're back, it's, carry on was normal, basically. Christmas is approaching. I know some people will be horrified that I'm mentioning that before Halloween, but financially, obviously, we like to prepare around September time, start to buy things or put money aside. So it's on the forefront of my mind at the minute, Christmas, and I love Christmas so much. We're not sure what we're doing this year, actually. Last year we had my family around and Sam's mum, like my sisters and Sam's mum, and then this year I'm not sure what we're going to do. So we'll just kind of wait and see what everyone else is doing, and then we'll see. But I did purchase a Christmas gift for myself. It's not a Christmas gift. It's just something I've purchased that it's a big purchase. It's pricey. It's cross-stitch related. It was a considered purchase for sure. But I decided, since working, like I've gone back to work full time now, I've got a little bit of extra money coming in, and I just decided, I'm going to treat myself. The next couple of months we'll be putting money away basically for my son for Christmas, because we don't really do Christmas gifts between me and my husband. My husband's just, is in the process of paying for a trip with his football team. So I thought, you know what? I didn't go to my retreat this year. I'm going to treat myself. So I purchased a new cross-stitch stand, and I couldn't be more excited. It's probably going to take a little bit to get here. But I'm so excited. It's mainly so I can work with my scroll frame. I am really missing my chatelaine, but the thought of putting my scroll frame on the Lowry is really putting me off. And that project, I went through way too much to try. Let me just get some coffee. Yeah, I went through way too much to get that project for it to just sit in the cupboard and not be enjoyed. So, oops, my frame is moving. It's a little bit top heavy at the minute, so the frame is struggling. Yeah, so I decided to get a stand to accommodate my scroll frame. And there is one of my pieces, the antique shop, which I think would really suit being on a scroll frame, just because mainly of the way I'm working it. It's the perfect size for the scroll frame I've already got, which is great. But because of all the part threads, I'm really not comfortable with moving the nerd over that many part threads. I would probably if there was a few, but not that many. I'm worried that it's going to be pulling on them and snagging them. So I think it would really, and I don't want to change the method on that. I'm enjoying the way I'm stitching it. So I'm thinking to put that on a scroll frame, and then I have a stand to accommodate the scroll. So that will be upcoming on the channel too. I'll probably do an unboxing and a review. If anybody's interested in an idea or suggestion for a stand, it will be an honest review. If I like it, if the whole process of ordering and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see. But I know when I'm looking to purchase something that I'm not sure of, even like scroll frames, stands, anything like that, I do like to look on YouTube and see if there's any reviews been made about it, just so I can see what's included, what it entails, what benefits it has. So even if it's not particularly something you might not be interested in right now, it's there for anybody who's looking for a new stand. But I'm so excited. So we'll see how that goes. What else? Don't know. I've had a couple of new starts. I've been working on those. I'm really keen to get back to the quilting room by Kim Jacobs. I only worked on that the once when I started it, and yeah, I want to get more on that piece. So if I get a good chunk of this done today, I might pull that out this evening and work on that after dinner. I probably have a little bit more time because my hubby's in work, so he usually gets home around 7:20, and he has his dinner at work, so I just have to think about me and my son. So once we're fed and bathed and ready, everything's ready for school tomorrow and work tomorrow, then I pretty much have the evening, depending on what my son wants to do. So I might pull that piece out. But there is just something at the minute where stitching is obviously always something I want to do. But there is something at the minute that is just like a fire in my belly. All I want to do is just stitch and stitch everything. I'm really enjoying the new starts. I'm really enjoying the differences in charts that I'm choosing. I'm really enjoying not stitching background. Getting some detail in some of my pieces. It's just been so much fun. And I'm just, loving it. Over here, having fun on my own. And the reason why I say on my own is because I've still not watched any floss tube. I don't know what it is. I'm just not into floss tube right now. It's so bizarre. I'll watch Stitch With Me's and I'll watch live streams. But floss tube, regular stitching updates, I'm really just not feeling at the minute. I don't know if that's just my mood. I don't know what it is. Well, yeah. So I've not watched anything. So I don't even know what anyone's doing, if there's anything going on that I'm missing out on. So right now I'm just kind of doing my own thing. Oh, this colour's a bit crazy. What colour is it? 150. It goes everywhere. Oh, coffee is lovely. Where did I put my threads? Here. 150. I've got a leftover piece, which I may as well use because I don't want this thread trailing all over the place. Can you... Well, it's a bit awkward actually, because usually I would take this thread everywhere, but you can't really see. Oh, sorry, that was more abrupt than what it felt like it was going to be. I'm gonna start here, I'm gonna work it up and then probably park it up there for when I'm off camera. Oh. And the setting that I'm using, I don't think I can zoom out. No. The setting that I'm using is, this is the zoom setting that is at the minimum, so this is the furthest out it will zoom. But it seems to not do that horrible autofocus thing, so I like it. And of course you can see the stitching. It just limits to where I can move on the chart. So I'm right at the edge of the frame anyway, frame of the camera. So I'll probably just do these few. Let me zoom you in Pattern Keeper because I can see what I'm doing, but you probably can't. I'm gonna leave the stitches that are here, which I wouldn't probably usually because they're right there, but for filming's sake, I'm going to move upwards. But this piece is really coming along now. When I started it, I thought it's going to take me forever and a day to get to her face. And now I've got her face, I feel like, I don't know, it's such a huge milestone because it was something that I knew I'd get to it eventually, but I thought it would take forever. And I have been working on this piece for like a couple of years now. But it's so nice when you reach those like milestones, whether it's a number or something you've had in your head, something you've been looking forward to reaching. Because this now is at 7.61%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but a lot of work has gone into this piece. I've put in 32,000 stitches, and I've got to be honest, I've loved every single one. I don't think I've ever picked up this project and thought, I don't want to work on it. It's so nice to stitch. Let's mark these. Where's the nearest one? Up there. I'm going to travel up there just because it's easier. And then one more up there. I'm so used to using Saga now that it's really tricky to use Pattern Keeper. I'm going to do this one little stitch up here and then I will park it. I have to keep checking to see if you can see what I'm stitching. Let's park that. Where are we going to park it? Right there. So I'll just do that later when I'm off camera. Next colour. What can you see? So I'll probably leave. Does this go down or does it just go up? Mainly up. What about this one? Should we pick a colour that has more than a couple of stitches? There we are. 154. So yeah, I really want to get back to my chatelaine. Oh, I miss it so much. I've not worked on that since, I've not worked on it at all this year. So it'll be so nice to get that piece out. I did get a bit fatigued with fancy stitching after my 2 finishes this year, but now I feel like I'm ready to get back to fancy stitching. It's a bit different than a fancy lady, even though it has the speciality threads, it has the speciality, it has beads, it just has a different feel to it, and it's not as well. The bit I'm on at the minute is not as dense stitching as a fancy lady. The fancy ladies have so many stitches. Like, they're a lot of work, So, yeah, I'm really missing that piece. So hopefully my stand comes sooner rather than later, because it'll be really nice to work on that. And it does give me winter vibes, and now it's getting cold. It would be nice to work on that piece. It's huge. Humongous. Talking of huge, I started, why is this moving? Let's try that. I started my Supersize Max Colour Quick Stitch Little Cake Shop. Oh my god, it's huge. Huge, like, honestly, it's so big. Like, the stitch count is 999 by 969, I think. But seeing those numbers is nothing compared to when I had to cut that fabric. It is so big. If I stand behind it, like, it's bigger. You can't see me, basically. It's huge. So the chatelaine doesn't seem so big when you have other projects that are a lot larger. But I think the chatelaine feels so big because of everything that's in it. So there's a lot of beads, there's a lot of speciality stitches. So although it's not as big and it's not full coverage, it's a lot of work still. And it was a big deal for me to have a chatelaine. They're very, very, very expensive. So when I first came across them, I just thought there's no way I'd ever be able to afford that. But after getting it in bits and bobs, I kitted it up myself over probably more than a year. A bit for like Mother's Day, a bit for birthday, a bit for Christmas, and eventually I had it all kitted up. So yeah, I was very pleased that I managed to do it, even though at one point I would have said there's just no way I would, one, ever want to spend that much money on a cross-stitch piece, or two, ever have the means to do that. But I have it, and I am very fortunate to have it, very grateful to have it too. A lot of people are not interested in chatelaines, which is great, because then you're saving yourself the expense. Or the expense is just not so like something some people would consider. They would, no, I wouldn't pay that, I wouldn't pay that. Then you get some kits that are more than that, like the Gecko Rouge kit, that's the Colin Thompsons, they're like £600-700. That's more than a chatelaine. I would never, honestly. Not for, it's a full coverage at the end of the day, and I'm not interested in the kit or the threads, so it's just something that I would never even consider. Like, I'd never consider spending £600-700 just to have DMC. DMC is my least favourite thread, to be honest. So to pay the premium for it when it is just a full coverage is just bizarre to me. Bizarre. Like, say, I think one of them's like around the same stitch count as my cake shop. One's £700, and yeah, I understand you're getting the kit, but I can get the chart for something the same size for £20, less than £20, and if it's on sale, half that. Like, I would never. I know some people like the luxury, but it's just not for me. But that's what I'm saying about the chatelaine. It's for me, but it's just not for other people. They would look and think there's no way I'd buy that. But I suppose it depends what's valuable to you. Like a chatelaine is a lot more valuable to me personally than basically a chart, a full coverage chart, which is worth no more than £20. It's the kit. If it was not a kit, maybe yeah. But even like the full coverage kits, like the material packs and stuff, they're so pricey, so pricey. I don't know. Saying that, the stand that I've just bought, it was definitely a considered purchase. I spoke to my husband about it. I had my own, like, because we have, like, we have shared money, and then we have our own little pots of money that we can do what we want with. When we get paid, it a little bit, like, gets put aside for him, put aside for me, and we can do what we want with that money. So it was my own money, but because it was so pricey for something that I would usually buy, I still wanted to, consult him. I don't know why, because he said, "Are you seriously going to pay that?" He thinks it's a waste of money, and I decided to do it anyway. So what was the point? He just doesn't understand he understands stitching, like how much I love it, how much I need it, but he doesn't understand the cost that kind of comes along with being obsessed with it. He doesn't understand the need to have more than one project, but I don't understand the need for you to have more than one golf club. So yeah, he was a bit like, come on, that's quite a bit of money for something that you are only really going to use for 1 or 2 projects. But then my thinking is now I have more freedom to have other things on scroll frames, whereas at the minute it's out of the question because I just don't like working with the scroll frame on the Lowry stand. So we'll see what this stand does, what it brings to my stitchy comfort. And if you have a stand, let me know what you've got. I have a Lowry stand and I have a lap stand. The Lowry stays in my bedroom. I don't really rate the Lowry, only because it's really not sturdy at all. Like, it wobbles even with just a nudge on it. I know you can weight it and stuff like that, but I just don't think you should have to at every single time, like, for something that's not heavy. I think they could be a lot more stable. And then my lap stand stays in my living room where I stitch most of the time. On my lap stand. But this, really, I wouldn't put anything bigger than... I have been using my 11 by 17 Q-snap on it. I think it's 17, it might be 14. But it is a bit long for it and a bit heavy for it. But it's perfect for 11 by 11s or like the largest nudge. So I can pretty much use it for any project. my coffee, I forgot about it. It's gone cold. Let's mark this off while I'm drinking. Hey. So back to work tomorrow. I think I'm in for 4 days. Well, I'm in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I'm off again Saturday, but I'm going out on Saturday. I've got me and some girlfriends are going to this new place opened in our town, which is like a games hall with some different games than you would usually find in, like, I think they have curling and stuff like that. They're not like the typical. So I think they have like a cocktail bar there, and it's new in our area, so we're going to go and check that out and probably go for a couple more drinks somewhere else after that. So that should be good. I don't think I have any plans for Sunday. Something's not right here. Them stitches. Let's go back. And now this thread is fraying quite a bit. This is CXC. This has got a mixture, a lot of CXC and some DMC in this project. Let's see if I can at least finish this little section without this thread falling apart. 1, 2, 3. There we are, that's better. I'll do this stitch and then I'm gonna end this thread because it is feeling very ratty. I'm gonna end it down here and then I'll probably do another piece of 154 and kind of fill in that area more. This piece is looking so good. Like I said, I've never picked up this piece and not wanted to work on it. It's so lovely to work on. The page to the left was very confetti heavy, but for the most part, it's been okay. And I'm really excited. Now I've got to a face, I'm excited to reach the top right, to reach that right edge and do that castle in the background and just the milestone of reaching the whole, like doing the whole top row. Because this one I've stayed pretty true into, into the top row of pages. So it'll be so exciting to get all the way across. This is about halfway. Where's halfway? There. So halfway is like here. So almost fully filled in halfway. But I'm excited to do my whip parade as well, to see, because I did my mid-year whip parade, but it's so exciting to see the progress from the before and afters, because some of these have changed quite a lot. Because of the 5% goal, on some pieces 5% is like, I don't know, 5,000 stitches, and then on others it's like 20,000 stitches. So like on this one it's over 20,000 stitches. So in 1 year, if I reach that goal, that is a huge change to a piece. 20,000 stitches. It's a steep goal, and I'm unsure of what to do next year because I've added a lot of large pieces to my whip list, and I'm trying to think, is it realistic to get 5% on them all? Is it too much of a tall order, or should I have some pieces that are just for fun, no goal? I don't know. I'm still trying to decide. Because the 5% thing's working for now, and I do love getting 5%. I think that's a really good number to get. But like I said, for some pieces, 5% is so much. So maybe I could do where 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I could do where the ones that are considered fun, they still have a goal, but like maybe 2.5% instead of 5%. I don't know. Obviously, some would say, well, just don't have a goal for any. You don't need a goal. It's for fun. But that's what keeps me motivated on some pieces. Some pieces would go, I would probably start it and then move on to the next new thing and never think about that again if I didn't have some kind of goal. And that feels quite wasteful. How am I going to do this? How should I move around? 1, 2, 3. Oh, now I've mentioned it, I really want to work on the quilting rim. That's a tough one because it's a lot of light colours. And it's a max colour, so there's a fair bit of confetti. 1, 2, 3. Do you know what I've not worked on? Or what I feel like I've not worked on for ages? Sweet Summertime. That's got to be coming up soon. Because that's confetti heavy. But I am getting things done. Things are getting ticked off the list, which is always good. Hey. Which one of these? There. I think I'm gonna finish this thread and then I think I'm gonna go. I feel like I just got here, but I don't really have much to say. This is what I find so good about live streams. It's like you have conversation back and forth. But unless I have like quite a bit to talk about, it's difficult. Very difficult. So I'm gonna go and get some dinner. Do some more stitches on this piece. I've got some washing to do, laundry. I've already done one load, like the main load. I've got some whites that need doing. They're currently soaking in the bath with some whitening stuff, so I need to give them a rinse through and get them in the washing machine. What else do I need to do? I think that's it. I've done most of my housework. Well, all of my housework. Other than that one thing. So that's what my job is today. The whitewash, which is annoying because my son loves wearing white socks, white Nike socks with his trainers, and he wants to wear them at every occasion. So he'll wear them to play football, which I go mad about, because they're not cheap. And he'll wear them like on any school day that he doesn't need to wear his uniform, and they get filthy, so I'm constantly whitening his socks. He drives me absolutely potty. So there's a bunch of socks in with the like school shirts and stuff that are looking less than fresh. Boys. So that's that one done. Is it anywhere else? It's down here. I'll do that bit down now. So this is what I do. If I do like typewriter or anything like that with any project, pretty much if the thread ends here, the stitches end here, but I can see stitches somewhere else that I can go and get, I will end this thread here, and instead of putting it back on the floss card and coming back to this space when I get to it, I will just go ahead and do it while it's on my needle. It saves a lot of time through switching threads and threading your needle. So I'll just snip it and carry on down here. Let me restart this thread down here. 1, 2, up there. And then that way I'm not spending all my time. I will do that, like say if there's a stitch, I don't know, top left, and there's somewhere anywhere on my frame that I can comfortably get to, I will just go ahead and do it. 100%. So anyway, to try and skim off a few seconds of wasted time. So I'm going to leave the ones just below the page break just because I want this thread to at least finish this area of the page. 1, 2. So we'll do these ones because it links me up until the next lot of stitches over here. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. So there is stitches right there, but I want to get this bit done. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this the last one? Yes. One there, and there's another one over here. One, 2. And then I'm going to end this thread after the stitch. So that's 442 total stitches for today. What did I start at? 250. So a couple of hundred nearly. I'm going to call that good. So a little bit shorter, not much shorter, but I usually try and get to at least an hour. But I'm obviously not very chatty today, which is okay with me. So yes, I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna zoom out on my pattern keeper so you can see. Let me unselect that, and then you can see what I've got done in total. So that's the full size of the piece and a closer view of what I've done. Let's get rid of that. That is what I've done so far. So we're moving along and we're getting there slowly but surely. I will look forward to seeing you on my next update video, which will probably be next week now. Or maybe this weekend. What day is it? Yeah, this weekend. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.